Once upon a time, in the glamorous world of celebrities, a shocking story began to unravel. It all started with a mysterious tape involving two of the most famous stars in the world, Beyoncé and Sean "Diddy" Combs. This story shook Hollywood, and the rumors spread like wildfire, catching everyone's attention. The lawyer's call. One day, a lawyer named Ariel Mitchell received a strange phone call. The person on the other end wanted her help to sell a tape. But this wasn't just any tape. This tape supposedly showed something unbelievable: Beyoncé and Diddy together at one of Diddy's infamous parties. Ariel had heard many stories about Diddy's wild parties, where celebrities would gather, have fun, and sometimes do things they probably wouldn't want the world to see. But what she didn't expect was the mention of Beyoncé, one of the most famous women on the planet, being involved in one of these parties. Everyone knew Beyoncé was married to Jay-Z, who was close friends with Diddy. Jay-Z and Diddy had worked together for years, and they were often seen hanging out at different events. But the idea that Beyoncé could be dragged into Diddy's controversy, that was something nobody saw coming. The allegations begin. Ariel wasn't just being asked to sell any ordinary tape. The people behind the tape wanted millions of dollars for it, and they were already in talks with some of the biggest media companies. TMZ, one of the most well-known celebrity news outlets, was supposedly the highest bidder. The world was waiting for the tape to drop, and when it did, it was going to expose some of Hollywood's biggest secrets. But that wasn't even the worst part. Photos from Diddy's parties had already started to leak. These photos showed Diddy pouring champagne over guests who were doing all kinds of inappropriate things. There were rumors of Diddy's friends engaging in intimate activities with escorts, and celebrities like Kim Kardashian, Paris Hilton, and Chris Brown being present at these wild events. The internet was in a frenzy, with people pointing fingers and making guesses about who might be involved in this scandal. And then came the shocking news. The tape supposedly showed Beyoncé and Diddy together, doing things that no one ever expected from someone as beloved and admired as Beyoncé. Beyoncé gets dragged in. As the rumors spread, people began to question everything. Was Beyoncé really involved in something like this? There was no real proof, but the internet didn't need proof to start making wild accusations. People assumed that because Jay-Z was such good friends with Diddy, Beyoncé must have known what was happening at these parties. Beyoncé had always been seen as a role model. She was powerful, talented, and seemed to have a perfect life with her husband and children. But now, her name was being dragged through the mud, all because of her connection to Diddy. The rumors started to hurt her reputation. Fans began to ask questions, and some even believed the crazy stories floating around. Beyoncé's team stayed quiet, but the damage was already being done. The attorney speaks out. Then, another piece of the puzzle dropped. A woman came forward with disturbing claims about something that had happened to her at one of Diddy's parties back in 2018. This woman said she met Diddy at her friend's house, and after a few drinks, she began to feel strange. She claimed that her drink had been secretly spiked and that she started feeling woozy. Soon after, she lost consciousness. When she woke up, she found herself in a nightmare. She alleged that Diddy had sexually assaulted her using an inanimate object. But that wasn't all. Diddy had also directed another man in the room to assault her while he watched and pleasured himself. The woman was terrified, and as soon as she regained consciousness, she ran out of the house, screaming for help. This story shocked everyone who heard it. The woman also mentioned that Diddy's assistant, Christina, was in the room during the whole incident. Christina was known as Diddy's right-hand woman, and it seemed like she knew everything that went on in his world. The fact that she was there, watching the terrible event unfold, made everything even worse. The scandal grows. With these new accusations coming to light, the rumors about the tape involving Beyoncé and Diddy grew even louder. Some people believed that the same kind of behavior might have happened with Beyoncé, although there was still no real evidence. The gossip continued, and everyone wanted to know what was on the tape. Even though Beyoncé's team continued to stay silent, fans couldn't stop talking about the possibility that the tape could be real. And, as more information leaked about Diddy's parties, the picture painted wasn't pretty. People who had attended the parties began to speak out anonymously. They shared stories of wild nights, where celebrities acted in ways that they would never want the public to know about. Diddy's parties were known for their over-the-top atmosphere, and it seemed like anything was possible when the cameras weren't rolling. The internet's reaction. As the days passed, the internet went into a full-blown meltdown over the rumors. Social media was filled with posts and memes as people shared their thoughts about what might happen next. Some defended Beyoncé, saying that she couldn't possibly be involved in something like this. Others weren't so sure, pointing to her connection to Diddy through Jay-Z. The rumors about the tape being auctioned to the highest bidder also fueled the fire. Some fans were scared that the tape would be released at any moment, and when it did, it could ruin Beyoncé's career forever. Still, there were those who believed that the tape was just a myth, a way to stir up controversy and make money. After all, Diddy was already facing several serious accusations, and some thought that the story about Beyoncé was just an attempt to drag her into his mess. The final unraveling. As the scandal continued to grow, more and more details about Diddy's parties were revealed. It turned out that these wild nights had been happening for years, with some of Hollywood's biggest names in attendance. People began to wonder how many celebrities were involved in these parties, and how much of it had been kept hidden from the public. While the rumors about Beyoncé and Diddy continued to swirl, there was still no official confirmation that the tape even existed. The media waited eagerly for any new developments, but the longer time passed, the more people began to question whether the story was real at all. In the end, no tape of Beyoncé and Diddy ever surfaced. But the damage had been done. The mere association with such a scandal had affected Beyoncé's image, and people would always remember this moment of uncertainty. For Diddy, the accusations against him continued to pile up. More women came forward with similar stories of mistreatment, and it became clear that his reputation had taken a major hit. Conclusion. The story of the mysterious tape involving Beyoncé and Diddy will forever remain one of Hollywood's biggest unsolved rumors. While no proof ever came to light, the power of gossip and speculation showed just how quickly a celebrity's life could be turned upside down. Even without evidence, the internet had taken the story and run with it, creating a scandal that would leave a lasting impact on everyone involved. As for Beyoncé, she continued to rise above the drama, focusing on her career and family, determined not to let rumors define her legacy. And so, in the world of fame and fortune, where secrets rarely stay hidden for long, the tale of the Beyoncé and Diddy tape will remain a cautionary reminder of how fast things can spiral out of control when the public gets a whiff of scandal.